Tonight, we report on a special tradition in George and a fire in Moses Lake caused by 4th of July festivities. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Columbia Basin River Dogs take the Big Bang Classic, and the Spuds sweep the Northeast 49ers in doubleheader action. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Hot and dry conditions across our immediate area. Some scattered showers, cold front in the forecast. I'll let you know in just a few moments how that could impact our area.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome back from the long 4th of July weekend. We hope everyone enjoyed celebrating our Independence Day. A staple of celebrating the 4th of July is fireworks in Moses Lake. Reporter Lexi Perry fills us in on how they went.
This weekend was Independence Day, and Moses Lake celebrated with a bang. Bursts of green, gold, red, and purple lit up the sky at the annual Moses Lake 4th of July fireworks display. The event took place at McCosh Park, and the show began around 10 p.m. The explosions of color lasted for about 23 minutes and were launched by a group of professionals to assure that things went smoothly. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Lexi Perry.
Thank you, Lexi. A fire started by the annual Moses Lake fireworks display burned about an acre of land. The fire started toward the end of the annual 4th of July fireworks in a field near where the fireworks were launched. Fire Chief Tom Taylor said the display normally sets off a fire in the area, and a fire truck is normally stationed at the site. It took crews about several hours to put the fire out because of the fire's location. The fire did move toward homes in the area, but Taylor said firefighters were able to stop it before the fire got too close. 2 people are accused of robbing a man in an attempt to get a sex tape. Prosecutors charged Therese Donnelly, a 32-year-old Grand Coulee woman, and Michael Stead, a 27-year-old Nespelem man, in Grant County Superior Court with robbery in the first degree. Stead and Donnelly reportedly went with the third man to an Electric City home on June 30th. The third man allegedly pointed a gun at the victim and demanded the victim's bag and phone. The bag allegedly contained the victim's computer. When the victim refused, the third man allegedly threatened to pistol whip the victim. The 3 suspects allegedly left with the victim's laptop and cell phone. Donnelly reportedly told police they decided to take the computer and the phone because there might be sex tapes of her on the devices. Stead allegedly told investigators he believed there were sex tapes of him and a former girlfriend. A tire blew out and led to an SUV rolling sideways and injuring one of the passengers from Quincy. Jesus Placencia, a 26-year-old Quincy resident, was driving a green 1997 Ford Explorer west on State Route 28, about 11 miles east of East Wenatchee. According to the Washington State Patrol, the right tire blew out, causing the SUV to skid and roll sideways on the highway. The Ford came to a rest on its top in a ditch. Maria Navarro, a 28-year-old Quincy resident, was a passenger and injured in the crash. She was taken to Confluence Health in Wenatchee for treatment. A 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl were also in the vehicle, but were not listed as injured. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Looking for one great place to buy a car? From work-ready fleet vehicles to fuel-efficient hybrids, Barry's 3 locations can provide them all. We're Central Washington's #1 Chrysler dealer. with the longest lasting dealership in Central Washington. We have a ton of great cars to choose from. You've been checking them out, right? Call, click, or stop on by. 754-2411 or barrysaves.com. We're Barry's, and we're one great place to buy a car.
I'm Gary Brock with Envoy Mortgage and Ephrata. It is important that you know that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I can give you that you will gladly introduce two people to me before we even close your loan. Not because you feel obligated, but because you know your friends will benefit. Please call me at 509-754-3099 or go to our website at nodramahomeloans.com. Envoy Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Loan officer license number 109256. Envoy Mortgage license number 6666.
Hello, everybody. Good to be with you. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines. The main one, hot and dry out there. These temperatures well above normal. Quiet conditions overnight tonight, and these above average temperatures promising to hang in there during the next few days, even with a cold front promising to push as we head into Thursday, won't be enough to bring us to seasonable. Will still remain around the lower 90s or mid to lower 90s. The normal high for our region should be around the mid to upper 80s. Now overall 90s widespread across the area. Few lower hundreds cannot be ruled out as we head into Friday and into the weekend. Quick look at the temperatures maxed out this afternoon in Ephrata in the upper 90s, the lower 70s, the normal high around 86. And for Moses Lake, quite similar scenario. A little bit less of a hot temperature across Moses Lake, lower 90s, the max for this afternoon, and mid 60s, the low. Conditions right outside your door. Beautiful sunshine out there, dry conditions with temperatures in the lower 90s and that wind out of the east-northeast, very light, around 4 miles per hour. Conditions across the area. Now we do have a cold front stretching along the immediate northwest. Potential for some scattered showers cannot be ruled out, but overall a dry scenario. We have mostly cloudy skies or cloud cover along southern Oregon and southwestern portions of Idaho. Inland northwest pretty dry and clear, as well as across our region, across the basin and even towards the coastline. We noticed that the bulk of that precipitation across the border into Canada, southern British Columbia and central and southern Alberta. Showers and storms could potentially develop as we head into this Wednesday into the afternoon hours, but remaining quite dry across our immediate region with that passing cold front promising to bring a slight drop in temperatures. Sunny, and notice these temperatures around 90 over Yakima, around the 100-degree mark. And as we take a quick look across the basin for this Tuesday afternoon, anticipating these readings to be to remain around the upper 90s into and around the 100-degree mark. Here's a quick look. During the next few days, these temperatures quite hot. That slight drop as we head into Thursday. Good to be with you, everybody. Segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how did you celebrate summer?
We go fishing.
We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive. Including RAV4, now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
One of the best things about summertime is the chance to create great memories with loved ones. That usually means road trips, swimming, picnics, and more. Free summer movies at the Lee is part of the tradition. And we at the Ephrata Collision Center are proud to support this great activity in our community. We hope your summer will be safe, fun, and memorable.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Central Washington Spuds took both games of a twin bill with the Northeast 49ers from Chewelah at Larson Field last night. The 49ers took a 2-0 lead after 1 inning of play. The Spuds loaded the bases in the home half of the third, but were unable to take advantage as all 3 runners were left stranded. The team did bring 2 across the dish in the bottom of the fourth to tie it 2-2. The Spuds broke the game wide open after loading the bases 3 times in the bottom of the fifth to make it 9-2. Jacob Price tossed a 2-hitter on the hill to pick up the win. The nightcap was a nip-and-tuck contest that saw the Spuds rally for an 11-8 come-from-behind win. Adrian Hernandez had the hot stick for the Spuds with a double and a triple in the contest. The Spuds are back on the diamond for a home doubleheader with the Hanford Flames Tuesday evening at 5:30. The Big Bang Classic Baseball Tournament at Johnson O'Brien Stadium in Ephrata turned out to be more of a dud than an explosion of action. Umpires were late arriving to the opening game. One team dropped out of the competition, and the last game of the tournament was canceled due to a lack of pitchers on the Kennewick Bandit roster. So the event turned into a round robin, which the River Dogs won after taking 4 of 5 ball games over the 4-day event. The Dogs opened with a split of warm-up games Thursday, beating the Northwest 49ers 9-2 and losing to the Seattle Wave 3-1. The Dogs split a doubleheader with the Kennewick Bandits Friday and then beat the Wave twice Saturday and once Sunday to take top honors in round-robin play. The River Dogs are back at it this weekend for the Walla Walla Invitational at Walla Walla Community College. The Mariners dropped a close 1-run ball game to the White Sox yesterday. Hector Nuesi pitched a 5-hit ball into the 7th inning for his first win in a month, and the Chicago White Sox shut out the Mariners 1-0 Sunday. Nuesi struck out 5 and walked 2 in 6 2/3 innings, a crisp performance against one of his former teams. The right-hander pitched for Seattle for parts of 3 seasons before he was cut in April. Connor Gillespie scored on a wild pitch in the first, and Nuesi combined with 2 relievers on a 5-hitter. Eric Surkamp got Robinson Cano to fly out with the bases loaded for the final out of the 7th, and Jake Petricka pitched 2 innings for his 3rd save and 4 chances. Chicago finished with just 2 hits after it had 4 in Saturday's 3-2 loss to the Mariners in 14 innings. The Mariners kick off a 4-game home series with the Minnesota Twins tonight. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
It's not about insurance. It's about assurance. Assurance is a pledge, a guarantee. It's security and confidence. It's inspiring. Your peace of mind is our passion. Bring us your questions, bring us your concerns. We'll give you assurance. At the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson, we offer state-of-the-art dental care, including general and cosmetic dentistry, same-day crowns, and dentures. Do you or someone you love frequently wake up tired? Has there been snoring? Are you not happy with the CPAP machine? Well, call us today. There's a good chance we can help with that too. Whatever you need, you will enjoy your experience at the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson. Call us today for an appointment with the most comfortable dental visit of your life.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a special 4th of July tradition baked annually in George. Reporter Lexi Perry has the scoop on the giant dessert.
George held its 57th annual 4th of July celebration this weekend. There was a vintage car show, a grand parade, and the line dancing grannies even stopped by to show off their dance moves. However, the main attraction that draws people to this festival is George's giant cherry pie. George Washington himself even made an appearance to cut the first piece. The tradition of the pie was started by the town's founder, Charlie Brown. According to Georgette Mary Lou Crouchard, Charlie Brown commissioned the creation of the 8-by-8-foot square pan in the 1950s. The Georgettes still use that very pan today to bake the pie. A pie this size won't fit in a traditional sized oven, so the Georgettes had to get creative when it came to baking something this big.
When the pie first started, the pie was baked in an outdoor oven with charcoal briquettes and so forth. They did that for several years, and then the oven was vandalized and it burned the pie. So now we make the pie, we make the crust separately, and all the cutouts, and then we buy the pie filling already made and thickened and sweetened.
So what does it take to make a pie this big?
Right now we have about 45 gallons of pie filling in the pie, and we made 4 3-gallon buckets of pie dough that we cut out the other day and baked with the pie.
People waited in a line that stretched almost all the way to the playground just to get a piece of George's pie. With all this fuss over pie, I had to get my hands on a piece and try it for myself.
The pie here in George can feed close to 2,000 people, and let me tell you, it's pretty good.
Before the baking begins, the Georgettes lay out a blueprint of what they want the pie's crust to look like. Mary Lou showed me a copy of this year's blueprints.
In George, Washington, I'm Lexi Carey, reporting for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Lexi. We'll be right back after this.
The biggest decision most people make in their lifetime is the decision to buy or sell real estate. United Country has hundreds of real estate offices all over North America, and the United Country team is highly trained to provide a professional service to you and assist you with all your real estate needs. Whether it's the brush country of South Texas or the mountains of Montana, United Country is looking forward to helping you find your freedom.
Hi, I'm Donnie with Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus in Ephrata. Did you know that we offer home phone and home internet solutions? You don't need to pay for a home phone that you rarely use anymore. We have low-cost alternatives that will save you money and allow you to keep your home phone number. Get unlimited talk time, keep your phone number, and keep some extra change in your pocket. Come see me and all the experts at Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus and find out about all our home phone and internet solutions. 1115 East Basin Street, across from Safeway in Ephrata.
A Quincy driver reportedly made an illegal U-turn, causing a pair of motorcycle riders to collide with his car on State Route 28. 19-year-old Connor Trevino was driving a green 1998 Honda Civic East when he allegedly made a U-turn in front of 2 motorcycle riders on Saturday afternoon, about a quarter mile from Quincy. According to the Washington State Patrol, Mark Owen, a 57-year-old East Wenatchee resident, was riding a black 2006 Harley-Davidson, and he collided with Trevino's car. He was thrown from the motorcycle and injured. Sean Bender, a 39-year-old Yakima resident, set a white 2000 Harley-Davidson motorcycle down on the highway and slid into the Honda. He was injured and taken with Owen to the Quincy Valley Medical Center. The State Patrol reports the cause of the collisions was Trevino reportedly making an improper turn. Charges are to be determined with the results of the investigation. The state has granted a license to sell marijuana to an Ephrata businessman. Rick Reimers, owner of High Time Station, was one of 24 recreational marijuana retail licenses granted Monday. Reimers' pot store is located at 1448 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata. He was one of 10 licenses in eastern Washington and the only one in Grant County. Whether he opens his shop tomorrow, the first day allowed for marijuana retail sales by the State Liquor Control Board, is unknown. Reimers was undergoing state training. 2 other Moses Lake pot shops drawn in the Washington Liquor Control Board lottery are not ready to open. They are Mary Jane's, owned by Rick Padilla, at 801 North Stratford Road, and the Green Seed, owned by Amy DeLuigi, at 8420 Aspie Boulevard. The future Moses Lake pot shops are still under construction. In Northwest news, the homes destroyed in the March 22nd mudslide at Oso have mostly been removed, and Highway 530 has been reopened between Arlington and Darrington. Contractors hired by Snohomish County under a $6 million site restoration contract are sifting through piles of debris that could fill about 17,000 dump trucks. Personal belongings will be saved for owners or loved ones. Man-made debris goes to a landfill, and oil will be used to fill holes in trenches. Wood will be ground into chips. The work will likely wrap up in September, and the site will be seeded with grass and wildflowers. One body buried in the slide remains missing. You've probably heard the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, one woman's treasure nearly became trash. That's because it was stuffed in an old VCR sent off to recycling. Como 4 reporter Lindsay Cohen has the story.
If one man's trash is another man's treasure, perhaps no one knows this better than Mike's son.
It's a lot of hard work.
Hard work helped build his recycling business into an empire. And while it's mostly circuit boards and old computers, occasionally he finds a rare gem.
We could probably get 200-300 VCRs that day.
Most people wouldn't blink twice at an old VCR, certainly not Todd Wang.
I think this one's a little bit worn out. I think it's from like the 70s.
Young enough, he barely remembers using one. Problem is, his mother did.
My mom came back from work and then she was just looking for the VCR and she was really sad. So that's when we knew
That they probably shouldn't have recycled it. A mistake that meant it was headed for a shredder.
She was ready to crawl into the trucks on Monday morning and go through on her own.
She told us and then we were all freaking out as a family.
Inside was some of the family's life savings. Now among 12 tons of stuff workers had to dig through. Amazingly,
you got refrigerators, people helping out.
After hours of searching, they found it.
I got it. That's that type of environment that we work in.
That was, I think, the last VCR in the bin. And here's the last one.
I think it was just more stuck inside like this.
Yeah. Today, the Wangs were reunited with the old VCR and nearly $6,000 in cash inside.
Please keep it in the bank, not in the VCR.
Yeah, thank you.
With the promise to still recycle their old electronics, but this time replace them with something a little more practical.
I think we'll get a safe.
In Renton, Lindsay Cohen, Como 4 News.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.